So if you look at civilization, all of our architecture that we have created, all of our inventions, both in the physical world and in the domain of science, technology, politics, farming, agriculture, taxation, all of this are inventions that had to first begin not in the world but begin in the mind, right? Whose mind? Your mind, my minds, the countless minds that came before us. They all had to think up all of these ideas and concepts first and then materialize them, right? In the beginning, they start off very crude, right? But eventually, as we get better in our ways of thinking, as we evolve in our ways of thinking, we make progress and we improve our systems, right? But it has to start from the mind, right? You can't just go and create something without first thinking about it. So when we're talking about a representation, we're talking about inner activity of mind that wants to manifest itself into the physical world. Mind stuff wants to become material stuff. It can't help but do that. What is in the mind eventually becomes matter, right? So everything that you think about has to have an outlet of some sort, has to be represented as imagery. It wants to get out. It needs an outlet. If you look at all of our art, paintings, poetry, songwriting, storytelling, movie making, what is all that? That is all ideas of the mind that have been manifested into physical form, that have been expressed, have been represented, have been symbolized, right? So anything you think about, anything you conceptualize, you have an idea about, you want to manifest into the physical world. And it's the same thing with mind at large, with the larger mind, with the mind of God. Creation as you see it, the natural world, planets, stars, moons, mountains, trees, forests, flowers. What is all this? This is the activity of mind manifested, right? Just as your mind wants to manifest itself into the physical world as man-made objects, as man-made concepts and ideas and systems. It's the same thing with mind at large, right? Mind at large has the activity of mind at large, so to speak, is manifesting itself as the natural world, as planets and stars and galaxies. And on planets you have the natural world, all of these ecosystems, insects and plants and animals and humans. It's a large biodiversity of living organisms on this planet, living in relation to its environment. But all of that is representations of mind at large. When you see a flame, the flame is an image, it's a manifestation, a perception, a representation of an activity. The activity being combustion, right? Combustion presenting itself as a flame. When you see a rainbow, like a rainbow, what is a rainbow? A rainbow as you see it, as you perceive it, that is a representation of an underlying activity. That underlying activity is what? It's white light splitting up into the colors of the rainbow as it moves through a raindrop. Right? That's the inner activity, underlying activity that presents itself as a rainbow. What is matter? Matter is an expression of mind, right? We talk about things like atoms and molecules and cells and dust particles colliding together to form comets, which collide together to form larger objects like planets and moons and stars. It all starts with the smallest particles, and these particles, they are a manifestation of the activity of the larger mind. Think deeply about this. You don't have to look far enough. You just have to look at your own mind. How your mind thinks things and then manifests those things into the real world. It's the same thing with creation. Look how organized creation is, how functional it is, how it follows a set of natural rules and laws. Right? This had to come from a mind. In fact, it doesn't come from mind. It is a representation of the activity of a very structured and organized mind. It has to be this way. All of creation is unfolding in mind and is the activity of mind.